So I'm a search and rescue technician at 413 Squadron. We do search and rescue with the Cormorant helicopter and the C-130 Hercules. So I woke up on Saturday and like everybody, I just was looking at my phone and saw the news, oh, there's some flooding, and I was off that day. And I got a call from my SARTEC leader saying we're standing up as many helicopter crews as possible due to the flooding, and can you come into work? And I said, yeah, I'm happy to come into work. We were immediately tasked to a flooding situation with a person in the water. There was a river that was over flooded, so he was in the trees, but essentially the whole forest had become a river at that point, and he was kind of on a piece of land that was just sticking out, maybe a 3 by 3 foot piece of land that was out of the current. And pretty quick current, and there was no way that somebody could get across that current without being swept away to get to him. I went back to the helicopter, discussed the plan with the crew, my aircraft commander, Jeremy Apoloni, and we said, okay, we gave the firefighters smoke to mark the area because there was such a tree canopy that we couldn't see anybody below the trees. So we got the firefighters to mark it with a smoke so we could see the area that he was. And eventually with the downwash of the helicopter, we were able to see, okay, this is the area where he is. So at that point we inserted me by the hoist down through the trees. So I did that, I went down, ended up in chest deep water.
Oof.
Yeah. So that was
flowing or still at that point?
Not completely in the current, but flowing, and certainly unstable footing below. So I had to disconnect from the hoist cable and go around some trees in order to make my way to him. At that point I have a horse collar, which is a piece of fabric we wrap around his body and connects to me. I put a helmet on him because I knew that we were going to be going through tree limbs just to get back up, as well as a life vest I had for him because I was unsure if we'd be able to. We're obviously in a water situation. I didn't want anything to happen to him. At that point, we're ready, as far as I'm concerned, to go up. I connected us to the hoist cable, and I signaled for us for them to bring in cable.
How do you do that?
You just raise your hand, and hopefully he's seeing us. But unfortunately, due to the tree cover, they could not find me. At that point, the patient kind of went limp and fell into the current, which caused me to lose my footing. So we did end up going down current slightly, and the helicopter crew wasn't quite sure where I was. Eventually, my team member, Andrew Barr, saw me from his position and said, okay, they're down current, bring them in. They were able to bring me in, and then we got stuck on some branches going up. So I was able to clear the branches, but that sent us into quite the spin on the hoist cable. So then we spun all the way up and just held on to him until we could get to the helicopter. We treated him. Mostly our concern with him was a hypothermia situation. He was happy to get his wet clothes off, get some warm blankets around him, and we were able to, they had an ambulance waiting at the nearby fire department, so we were able to transfer him to an ambulance at that point. The crew that I was with are highly trained and very professional crew. The pilots, Jeremy Apoloni and Fred Paget, that were the pilots, had full faith in them, and they were a large part of the rescue. They came up with great ideas in order to happen, as well as Corporal Slack, the flight engineer. Just recently posted here, first day on the job, and you can say that he came in and he was intricate, and definitely needed him to be on his top game on his first day at the job at 413 Squadron.